Hi, everyone. We appreciate you bearing with us. We were running a little bit late, but oh no. Again, we appreciate everyone bearing with us here. We did have a bit of an issue getting on air, but we appreciate everyone who's tuning in. We'll be live here in just a minute. They're having actually a parade of sorts coming through here in just a minute. We'll have a live picture, and we will be live here in just a minute from Rogue River High School. Bear with us. We'll be getting started here in just a minute. Just a minute. But we appreciate everyone who's tuning in. We'll be live here in just a minute. They're having actually a but we appreciate everyone who's tuning in. We'll be live here in just a minute. They're having actually a but we appreciate everyone who's tuning in. We'll be live here in just a minute. So it's coming through. Okay. Apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We're still getting things figured out. Appreciate you bearing with us. We'll be live here in just a minute. Again, apologies. We're still getting things figured out just a little bit. Appreciate you. Again, appreciate you fine folks bearing with us through this. We had a bit of technical difficulty getting on the air, but we will be live from Rogue River High School here in just a bit for the class of 2020 graduation. Right now they're doing the parade. Unfortunately, we don't have coverage of the parade that is going around Rogue River right now. We expect some students to start rolling in here within the next 5 minutes, and then we will bring it to you live from the campus of Rogue River High School.
Welcome to the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Video Tour live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. From Klamath County to Jackson, Josephine, Douglas, Curry County, and Northern California, this is Play Action Sports Media, your full-service video and media production company providing live streaming broadcasting of sporting and special school and community events, as well as weddings, real estate services, and karaoke events. The Rogue Credit Union Graduation Video Tour is presented by Lithia Superstore, Oregon California Supply, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Southern Oregon Sanitation, and by Siskiyou U.S. Cellular. Congratulations to the graduates and to all the families to the class of 2020. We hope you enjoyed this special presentation of the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Live Streaming Video Tour.
And we welcome you to the class of 2020 Rogue Credit Union live streaming video tour presented by Lithia Superstore, Siskiyou U.S. Cellular, Oregon California Supply, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, and by Southern Oregon Sanitation. Welcome to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We are live on the campus of Rogue River High School. I'm Josh Eldridge. Thank you for being with us this morning to celebrate and honor the class of 2020 graduates from Rogue River High School. Again, this brought to you in part by also Rogue Community Credit Union. And the parade now just rolling in. You can sort of see, try to give you a good idea just off the side of the street here. Everyone rolling in on this sort of windy morning. Again, wherever you're listening from, we've had people worldwide listening and watching. Right now, just around 10:30 Pacific Standard Time, local time, and everyone rolling in. Again, a different set of circumstances here at Rogue River High School is due to COVID-19, of course, having to take a couple different precautions, different measures, and a socially distant graduation being held this morning out here in Rogue River High School. People have got their flags, they've got their cars painted. Everyone's honking. It's looking like it's going to be a good morning, early afternoon here at Rogue River High School. to give you the best idea behind this first row of cars. So more filing in back there, a little bit tough to see, but I appreciate everyone who's made this a part of their morning to celebrate the class of 2020 here at Rogue River High School. I want to give a quick shout out to the teachers, the teachers, the staff, the faculty, administration, everyone who makes the experience here at Rogue River High School great. And of course, all the parents, friends, families, community members, everyone who has supported these students on their journey to graduate in this class of 2020. Shout out to all you fine ladies and gentlemen out there who have supported these students throughout their way. Nice wind, expecting rain later on in the Rogue Valley, but should have relatively blue skies, at least for these proceedings at Rogue River High School. And again, the events don't stop here. In just a few hours, 3 p.m., we're going to be broadcasting live from Phoenix High School to celebrate the Phoenix Pirates. That's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for anyone who might be watching outside of the Rogue Valley. If you know folks graduating from Phoenix, be sure to tune in or share the broadcast around. It can be found, of course, right on playactionsportsmedia.com, as well as Phoenix's Facebook page, website, all that stuff. Is people still filing in here at Rogue River High School. Just taking a look at how we expect the proceedings to go this morning. We're going to hear from our principal, Mr. Chris Carmenke, and as well as Star Spangled Banner, performed by Jamie Andrews. Going to hear from 3 valedictorians, a salutatorian, commencement speaker. That's Christopher Kevin Allen. And then we're going to present with the diplomas. You can see most of the diplomas, it looks like, right there on the stage already. That's what you work for right there. Appreciate everyone watching from wherever you are. We've had some people from Hawaii. We've had some people from British Columbia. So shouts out to wherever you're watching. And thank you in chat, everyone who is giving your support for all of your graduates. We appreciate you for tuning in. And we can see all the cars in the parking lot, and everyone's still filing in. This place is filling up. Still have some cars making their way in here. We've got people parked across the street as well. It's tough to see, but across the way, I mean, behind all these balloons and these trucks and everyone's cars. Quite the event out here. Can appreciate all the staff at Rogue River High School who were able to pull this thing off. Definitely a new set of circumstances, to be sure, and should be hearing from our principal here shortly.
Welcome to Rogue River Junior Senior High School's Class of 2020 graduation ceremony. I am Chris Carmenke, principal of Rogue River Junior Senior High School, and it is an honor to be here with this outstanding community on this memorable day. Today, we are celebrating the 106th commencement at Rogue River High School. Thank you for being here as we celebrate this milestone and rite of passage into adulthood for this amazing group of students, the graduating class of 2020. At this time, would you all please stand as Jamie Andrews honors America by singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glow
Now, I would like to introduce to you and acknowledge the top 10 graduates having the highest GPA in the class of 2020. Skylar Andrews, Amanda Ernest, Cora Clifford, Bretta Davis, Andrew Emmel, Evan Mingershansen, Madison McCowan, Gabriel Tambolini, Garen Decker, and Madison Court. Here we are at this great milestone for the 51 graduates of Rogue River Junior Senior High School. Graduation is the opportunity to celebrate our graduates, who they are as a graduating class, and who they are as individuals. Together, we get to celebrate these graduates as they are here before us and the promise and hope they are for our community. Regardless of the current restrictions, it is a great honor to be here with this graduating class, and today is the day that they will officially graduate from Rogue River Junior Senior High School. Now and always, the class of 2020. Today's ceremony is designed by the students, including the selection of the class mentors and the commencement speaker. We have these educators guiding our graduates as they have been leaders and support for our students throughout their years here at Rogue River School District. It is my honor to invite you into our educational community, our campus, and to be a part of this great event. Please enjoy today's drive-in commencement ceremony. Without further ado, I would like to introduce today's Master of Ceremonies. She plans to attend Rogue Community College and then transfer to Southern Oregon University to get a degree in design. Her accomplishments include member of the National Honor Society, 2-year volleyball varsity letter, 2019 Rogue River first runner-up for Miss Rogue River, 4-year leadership student, and the senior class president. Daughter of Carl and Nadine Roper. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Kaya Roper.
Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce our all-student body secretary and salutatorian. He plans to attend the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and major in biological engineering. His accomplishments include a 3.96 GPA, ASB secretary, National Honor Society president, 4 years in Rogue River Art and Ensemble, 4 years in Rogue River Robotics as lead programmer, and vice president of the Rogue River FBLA. Son of Michael Emmel and Puilan Lin. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Andrew Emmel.
Good afternoon, friends, family, faculty, and of course peers. It has been 12 whole weeks since the graduates who stand before you have stepped into the building behind me for a normal school day. Now, admittedly, that last school day was pretty amazing. I mean, we won air band as a class, together. Still, I'm certain many of us wish we would have known that was our last school day, our last hours together, our last minutes with teachers and staff. I'm sure many have some regrets and wish we could have said our goodbyes with the same day to everyone who have shaped us. Well, good news, everybody. The day where we do get to give those goodbyes has finally come. Though our speeches may be long-winded or even long-distanced, the day is short. Yes, we've experienced long days during this quarantine, lounging in our PJs, eating whole pots of mac and cheese at 2 in the afternoon. But this day, this week, this month, this year, will be gone before we know it. Luckily, though, with this year, we're gonna have some stories to tell. Oh boy, there are gonna be some stories. Luckily, we've been given the opportunity to disperse these stories among ourselves right now, and the things that make us laugh or consider things daily. You know what I'm talking about, graduates, the little images, little funny things. So, in order to make these anxious times pass by faster, we raise discussions both in humor and in seriousness about events going on right now. From the possible harm of war or killer hornets, the various quarantine moods, the nebulous world of exotic cats, to the push for reopening and reclaiming the lost time together. It stands to reason that these will pass by like whispers in the wind compared to the length of a year. Yet I believe most will have lasting impacts. And even though our hours are brief in the grand scheme of things, we too can have a lasting impact. C.S. Lewis, renowned British author of works that are close to many of our hearts, has considered time to be something everyone reaches at the rate of 16 minutes an hour, the same for everybody, whatever he does, whoever he is. Though time will pass effectively the same for everybody, it is what we do with this time that matters. I believe what we as a class realize is this: though hardships may interrupt our flow, time keeps flowing nonetheless. And through that, these hardships will pass because we will do what matters most. As time passes on, forcing us into the absurd, intense expanse we call the world, we must keep a few things in mind, class of 2020. We must keep our chins high, though it will be a struggle as we've seen. Keep our minds and hearts open to the changes we are about to endure, because there's a whole heckin' lot of them. And keep our trust in time to do its job so that we may do ours. Without these, I'm certain we will be ignorant, unable to relish this time we have, our time to shine, to live, to love, to fail, to learn, to succeed, to be ourselves. Class of 2020, even though some of our visions may not be literally perfect, it is clear to see that this is our time. So use it, live it, breathe it, and remember how quickly it passes so that you don't waste a moment of it. And now I would like to introduce the first of 3 of our co-valedictorians. She plans to attend George Fox University and major in Christian ministries. Her accomplishments include 4.0 GPA, varsity soccer co-captain, Kiwanis Student of the Month, October 2019, Grants Pass Rotary Club Service Above Self Award 2020 recipient, and she earned almost 70 college credits while in high school. Daughter of Jeff and Tammy Andrews, ladies and gentlemen, may I present Skylar Andrews.
And you've got live the Rogue Credit Union Class of 2020 graduation on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
I mean, except for the parade, that was pretty cool. There were times, especially over the past few months, when I thought this day wouldn't come. But here we are. To my fellow classmates, congratulations. We did it. We have graduated high school. After 13 years of dreaming about what it would feel like to cross this stage, and after watching countless friends and family members accomplish what we have now achieved, the day is finally here. Although today may never be how we ever imagined it to be, today is a very special day. Before I begin my speech, though, I'd like to spend some time thanking the many people who have helped me along the way. Thank you to all of my teachers who have pushed me to do my very best. You are some of the kindest, funniest, and caring individuals I've ever met, and your passion for your students and our school shines through every single day. Thank you to my parents for never giving up on me and never letting me give up, even through the hard times. Year upon year and stress upon stress, you have always believed in me. You've shared your passions with me and have taught me so many valuable lessons along the way. Thank you to my best friend, my little sister, Jamie Jo. You've always had my back. Whether it was our late night conversations, jamming out to music in my Tahoe, crying on each other's shoulders, or joking about how bad of a singer I am, I can always count on you to be right by my side. To all of my grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins and friends, and to my church family who couldn't make it today, thank you. You have all been a huge part of my life, and I wouldn't be the same person I am today without you. Finally, I'd like to thank my God for saving me and continually growing me into the person He's creating me to be. He continues to bless me with such an amazing community who loves and supports me, and I point my entire life up to Him. To be honest with y'all, I haven't written many speeches before, especially nothing like this. So just like the majority of my assignments in high school, I procrastinated. Rather than working tirelessly on this enormous task in front of me, I waited until the last possible second. Don't do that. Looking back on the entirety of my education, I thought about the most prominent lessons I've learned so far. But I couldn't pick just one. Even though I could talk to you about a number of different subjects, the best pieces of advice I can give to you, my friends, are number 1, do hard things, and number 2, don't compare yourself to anybody else. In this life, you will face many challenges. I mean, take a look at the last 5 months alone. Perhaps graduating high school has been the hardest thing you've ever done, or maybe it was coming back up from financial difficulties, or dealing with the death of a loved one. You all know that life is hard, and I won't sugarcoat that. But faced head-on with trials, you've already shown that you have the strength to get back up again. During my freshman year of soccer, I remember a list that my coach, Rob Heilman, put up during our orientation. It listed 10 things that require zero talent. Being on time, having a good work ethic, putting forth effort, having good body language, energy, and attitude, showing passion, being coachable, doing extra, and being prepared. All of these examples are things that generally everyone agrees with. They seem like the right things to do, but I've since found out that none of these things are easy to do. You see, when it's easy for us to go with the flow, and it's easy for us to follow those around us. We'll do things only when they're convenient for us, yet it's only when we decide to stand up for what's right and do the hard things when we'll truly make a difference in this world. So follow that list. Be kind to others, even when no one else is watching. Look for the good in this world, even when others hold differences in beliefs. Stand up for those who can't. Kelly Gibson once told me, do the things that scare the crap out of you. As we reach the beginning of our adult lives, we have a decision to make. Do we want to just let life happen to us, or do we want to make every second count? I implore you, class of 2020, do the hard things. My second piece of advice is to stop comparing yourselves to other people. I can't even tell you how many times I've thought, wow, she's so smart, I wish I could be more like her, or he's such a great leader, and I wish I could be that talented. I've compared myself academically with my peers, athletically, with my body image, and even in the faith, but it wasn't truly until last year when I realized how meaningless it all was. I finally came to terms with just being me and started to appreciate all of my little quirks and passions. Something that I always hated growing up was when the parents of my friends would tell me that they wish their kids were more like me. I've never wanted my peers to feel the need to live up to my standards, even though I liked to be the good influence. Listen, I want you to know that no matter what anyone ever tells you, you are special. You are the only you this world has. You have different passions, hobbies, and different experiences from everyone else. You have come from different places and different families. However you were raised, just know that you matter. And don't let anyone tell you any different, even yourselves. As we move on to this next chapter in our lives, I encourage you to take a moment to pause and reflect on everything you've learned over the past 6 years. Look at how far you've come and how much you've grown. Remember all of the wonderful people who have helped you to get where you are today. Maybe it was a sibling or an upperclassman. Maybe it was a parent or teacher or coach. Whoever these people are, make sure you let them know how thankful you are for them. I want to leave you with this, a quote from my dad. Life is too important to take it seriously all the time. Enjoy every minute of it. I'm confident that each and every one of you will go on to do amazing things. Good luck, and I love you all. Thank you. another co-valedictorian. She plans to attend Willamette University on an accelerated track to study sustainability and social change. Her accomplishments include a 4.0 GPA, an actress in the Rogue River Art and Ensemble, and she played the lead role in the 2019 fall play, the FFA State Prepared Public Speaking Qualifier, a member of Academic Scavenger Hunt, and National Honor Society member, daughter of Paige and Jay Chick and Aaron and Annie Clifford. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Cora Clifford.
Again, you're watching the Rogue Credit Union celebration of the class of 2020 at Rogue River High School. PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
And thank you for being here with us to celebrate at such an unusual time. We're happy to see all of your faces and your vehicles' headlights. And all of you watching at home, we're happy we can share this day with you. I want to make a special shout out. My family that lives out of the country is able to be a part of graduation today because we're live streaming this, and that is a huge gift. I love you guys, and I'm so happy you can be virtually here today. To be honest, I had no idea what to do for a speech today. I don't know that I'm qualified to provide any sort of parting wisdom or vision for the future for my entire class. There's 51 of us, and although that's technically small, I honestly don't know everyone all that well. Which makes sense, because one of the things that our class is known for is our variety, we're a hodgepodge of people, an assorted party in a box with contents ranging from bags of rainbow confetti to those miniature fireworks you throw on the ground at New Year's and they explode. Tag yourself, class of 2020. I'll tag myself. You know this little tassel on all our heads? Green and gold, because we graduated from Rogue River High School. 2020, because we graduated in the year of the apocalypse. Yeah, I'm the one that almost didn't have one today. It never occurred to me I needed to have anything to wear besides a cap and gown to graduation. And even then, I didn't quite understand why dressing nice doesn't do the trick. I mean, I can show you, I've got heels on, right? Remind me to Google the Jedi robe tradition later. Thankfully, Miss Debacosta helped me find a tassel just yesterday. What's important about this story is that if you know me, it's very Cora of me. It's very Cora of me to forget tradition or to not even register it in the first place. And it's very Cora of me to forget, period. It's also very Cora to tell my family that it's okay because I'll wear a 2020 tassel keychain instead because no one can see from the audience anyway. I have given up trying to be someone that I am not because I will fail at being anyone besides myself. As Oscar Wilde says, everyone else is already taken. And I think that's something that our class understands. We know how to be authentically ourselves and to share that with the world. Because what else is there to share? What else do we have? If we're busy trying to be other people, we'll never get anything done that we care about or that's worth doing because we'll be trying so hard to meet others' expectations of us, instead of flourishing with the interests and skills and abilities and passions that we already have. My greatest wish for the class of 2020 is that we continue to be ourselves, because we're not going to find any fulfillment doing what other people expect. We're only going to find that when we pursue what matters to us. And there are other things that will have to happen at the same time, like paying the bills and other responsible adult things we'll all have to learn here shortly. But it's important that we know ourselves and what matters to us in our lives. It will always be okay if it takes us a longer route to get where we're going. Because to be honest, what percentage of us here today actually know where we're going? We have hopes and dreams and goals, but we actually have no clue what life holds for us. And even for all the adults here right now and listening at home, even if they have a better picture of their whole life, the remainder of it is still a mystery to them too. It's okay to take all the time in the world to get where we're going, as long as we are true to ourselves along the way. Whether we're going into the trades, enlisting in the military, going straight into the workforce, attending community college, taking time off, or entering a four-year university, it's all okay. And growth, beauty, and possibility are waiting for us every which way. Let's go find it, grads. Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce our final co-valedictorian and ASB president. He plans to attend Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute and double major in nuclear and mechanical engineering. His accomplishments include his 4.0 GPA, a National Football Foundation Oregon Scholar Athlete 2020, a Southern Conference League Defensive Player of the Year, a 2-time wrestling district champion, national extemporaneous speaking competitor, and FFA president and Southern Oregon district treasurer. Son of Joseph and Kimberly Tamberlini, ladies and gentlemen, may I present my friend, Gabriel Tamberlini.
I love you too. Before I get into anything, I have to thank my family. Because if you know a Tamberlini, you know that the first rule in the Tamberlini family is that family always comes first. Whether it's blood or just the people you love, you care for them, undeniably. Now, if you also know Tamberlinis really well, you'll know that they have terrible jokes, and I'm going to give you a few. When people stop laughing, that's when I know to move on. All right, first one, here we go. Why are fish so smart? They swim in schools. I got a honk. I guess I got to keep going. Okay, one more. So I went to the doctor today, and I got some terrible news. It turns out I'm colorblind. I know, it really came out of the purple. There we go. Yeah. All right. But in all seriousness, let's talk about the amazing accomplishment that we are all here to celebrate. Graduation. What a monumental change, a step into the next phase of our lives and the transition to adulthood. Now, I realize that change is unknown and oftentimes scary, but it's always happening. My favorite rapper, Watsky, best says it in his song Exquisite Corpses, "The only constant is change, Holmes." I think it makes sense, or it makes change so scary, is that it's the fact that something is changing without your control. And the uncertainty is why children are afraid of the dark and why some of us cling to the news so desperately. And even today, change and the unknown are some of my greatest fears. And here's why. If you had met this class in 2016, we were a real sight to see, and 3 words would have popped into your head: weird, messy, and divided. You see, our class was very cliquey and grouped by styles, music choices, sports, whatever, and it was very evident. But as the years change, we learned to change. We put aside our differences and focused on our similarities, especially one, that we would be the only ever graduating class from Rogue River of 2020. Now, you might think that I'm just saying that, and every class changes, but cliques are really hard to break, and it's hard to bring people together. And if you really want proof of how we came together, I encourage you to watch the difference between the 2016 Air Band and the 2019 Air Band and tell me we haven't changed. We've survived the great space hallway decorating disaster of 2018, which was not out of this world. And that homecoming was really a turning point for us, because struggle is a weird thing. Struggle is something that can break us down into our very smallest pieces, or it can truly test our foundation and bring us together. And community is something that is so vital. With all the challenges our world is going to face in the next 10, 100, and even 1,000 years, it won't be medicine, it won't be technology, it won't be space that saves us. It'll be those of us that have chosen to bring people together, to hold true to our communities and invite those in and love them. Because community is more powerful than any piece of technology that exists. Now, a little bit of a transition. For those of you that don't know my son, quote, quote, Wyatt Stillwagner, he was a freshman that I really took under my wing these last 2 years. Now, Wyatt said something to me that really just sounded a lot like my ignorant freshman self. He said, "I don't care, I'm right." And if you had met me freshman year, you probably heard me say that. And Wyatt strongly reminded me of myself, so I really wanted to help him, and I wanted him to exceed more than I did. And it was the long talks, the encouragement, and the support for me to Wyatt that demonstrated my community for him. And when upperclassmen or anyone reaches out to underclassmen, we really see how a school and a community come together. Now, I could go on and on about all the people here and all the staff and the students, because I love them all. And most of you know I really love to talk, especially when you're listening and you have to stay there. Like, it's just great. But the last thing I'll leave you with is a story about my best friend. Austin and I grew up together from mustard seed to present. From me pretending to be a T-Rex and him being my exotic zookeeper, to someone who I respect and love deeply. Austin's life has had struggles, some that I couldn't even imagine, and oftentimes I was afraid for his life. But despite the fear, the strife, and the pain that he's experienced, I saw something in Austin. From our first encounters to our current ones, Austin has always seen the good in people. He has the heart the size of a planet, and he cares deeply for his fellow man. I cannot explain to you how much I love him as one of my own family members. So today, I leave you a symbol that's inspired from my friendship with Austin and takes the shape of the loop on the ring on my finger. The bad will come, and the good will pass. And the good will come, and the bad will pass. This is the hard figure eight of life. We all go through it, we all struggle, we all have pain. But we all live, laugh, and love. So with each moment, spend your time seeing and embracing the good in people and what they have to offer our community. Because change is only scary when you're alone. But when you have each other and you have the people you love, change is just life. And life is a gift. Thank you. I love you, Tina. Now I'd like to introduce the senior class speaker. He has been our math teacher for 4 years, the first of his time here. He has helped many students, and his classroom has always been a favorite spot for our seniors to talk and enjoy lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Kevin Allen.
Again, you're watching the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour broadcasting live from Rogue River High School, celebrating the class of 2020 on playactionsportsmedia.com.
What is up, gamers? All right. It's up a little bit. There we go. So I had a request to mention raccoons in my speech, so this is me doing that. You're welcome, Grant. So a couple weeks I found out that I was picked by the graduating class to be the commencement speaker today. So naturally I scribbled some stuff down last night that I wanted to say. Just kidding, I didn't actually write this last night. I wrote it this morning. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Allen. I'm a math teacher here at Rogue River High School. For those of you that do know me, hello again. I want to start off by saying thank you to my fellow staff members and everyone that put this event together. I know there was a bit of uncertainty of how this year would wrap up, and here we are making it happen. So thank you. I've been a teacher here at Rogue River for 4 years. This year marks the end of my 4th year. And it doesn't take a math teacher to tell you, but that means when I started my career here at Rogue River, this graduating class was also starting their high school careers as freshmen. Also, it's worth noting, my first year here at Rogue River was the only year I've ever taught freshmen. And so I had almost all of you in my class as freshmen. Then I had almost all of you again in my class as sophomores. Then I got a well-deserved break for most of you during your junior year. And there's an ant on the mic, so I'm going to get rid of that guy. And then I had most of you again this year, your senior year. Needless to say, I've seen your faces in my classroom more than any other group of students by far. And likely, because I don't teach freshmen anymore and haven't taught freshmen since your 9th grade year, there probably won't be another graduating class that I will teach as much as I've had the opportunity to teach this class. It truly is an honor, and I consider it a privilege to be up here on this stage speaking to you, probably for the last time in a structured academic setting. This is an opportunity I couldn't pass up. But I have to be honest here. When I found out I was chosen by the class to be by the class of 2020 to be the speaker for today's graduation, I was somewhat reluctant to accept that responsibility. The primary reason I was reluctant is because I didn't think I really had much to say as far as a commencement speech goes. I feel like a commencement speaker should pass on some profound words of wisdom to the graduating class in their speech. And I thought I'd have a hard time coming up with something meaningful enough to warrant me being your speaker. I mean, I only have a 10-year head start on you guys. But I thought about when I graduated. I personally have sat through 3 of my own graduations, once for high school and 2 in college. So I've listened to at least 3 commencement speeches at my own graduations. And I couldn't tell you a single thing that any of those commencement speakers said. Not one thing. So if I don't do a great job up here, if you're anything like me, at least you probably won't remember. So here we go. When I started the process of trying to think of some words of wisdom to pass on, I began brainstorming, and of course, I started with some obvious things. Things like taking care of your health, physical and mental health. I think right now we've all lived through and are still living through a crazy time when a reminder to take care of yourself is as important as ever. Also, I think you should vote. You're all at least 18 or about to turn 18 in the near future. You should register to vote if you haven't and exercise your right to do so. But of course, educate yourself on issues a bit before casting your vote. Don't just choose the coolest name. Also, I would encourage you all to be kind to one another. A little bit of kindness goes a long way, and a lot of kindness goes even further. Now, at this point in my brainstorming process, I felt those things were too obvious. The things I just talked about, sure, they're important, but do you really need me standing up here telling you those things are important? Maybe you do, but likely not. So I wanted to try and come up with some more unique ideas, something that maybe you wouldn't immediately think of on your own. So to do this, I did somewhat of a thought experiment. I imagined I had access to my past self in some way. Perhaps I could pick up a magic phone and call my 18-year-old self, or maybe I could write a letter that I could send back in time, something like that. I put myself in that mindset and tried to think of specific things I've learned that I could tell 18-year-old me that would be helpful. And I did think of some things, and I wrote them down. I actually didn't physically write them down. I typed them in a rough draft version of this document. But anyway, after I wrote down what I thought to be a good number of ideas to start with, I started trying to work them into a solid paragraph of things I wish I knew at 18. So I could avoid making some big mistakes I've made in my life. However, I ended up actually deleting that paragraph. And I'm actually not going to tell you what I came up with, but let me explain why. I believe the most important lessons in life are learned through experience. Nobody can simply tell you something that vastly changes your outlook on life. You have to live through experiences to earn access to the most important life lessons. I can share my experiences with you by telling you about them, but I can't give you the lessons I've learned. You have to live your own lessons. You have to experience them. I realize that I'm only in the position of being able to tell my past self spoilers in life because I've lived through my mistakes and I've learned from them. I wouldn't want to try and take that away from myself or anyone. Now, I recognize this is somewhat of a cop-out answer to the question, what advice would you give your past self? But I think there is some wisdom to be gained from my answer. My most important advice to you, class of 2020, is be 18. I know some of you aren't 18 yet, but you're close, so for ease of speaking, I'm just going to stick with 18. You don't have a ton of life experience yet. The majority of your life is going to be experienced as an adult, and you're just now entering adulthood. But that's okay. Be who you are. Be 18. And then when you turn 19, be 19. And then 20, and so on. What I mean by that is part of being 18 means making mistakes. And believe me, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. But don't be so hard on yourself. We have all made mistakes, and we all continue to make mistakes, and that's okay. But what's not okay is to make a mistake and not learn from it. You should always try to reflect on the consequences of your actions and how you've affected yourself or those around you. You need to make mistakes in order to grow as a person. And I've made a ton of mistakes between 18 and 28, but I've learned countless life lessons along the way through those experiences. And I wouldn't want to take that away from 18-year-old me by giving away the outcomes of my own past mistakes so that I would never make the mistake to begin with. So, if I could send a letter to my past self, I probably wouldn't. At least, I wouldn't write down a long list of things you should or shouldn't do. I would, however, probably include some winning lottery numbers and a few memes. Anyway, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't take advice from anyone and just go out into the world with the intention of doing dumb stuff. That's not what I'm saying. You should still listen to those around you who care about you and want to give you advice. What I'm saying is, don't simply do something because somebody says to do it, and similarly, don't not do something because somebody says not to do it. Take in the information, the advice other people can provide. Reflect on it, weigh out the risk, and if you still think something is a good idea, go with what you think is best. And afterwards, if you realize it was a dumb idea, or you've made a mistake, you've learned something. After all, every dumb idea starts out in someone's head as what they think is a good idea. Wind. Okay. While I'm on the topic of learning experiences in life, writing this speech was a learning experience for me. And one thing I learned is it's really hard to smoothly transition from one topic to another. So instead, I'm going to do the exact opposite of a smooth and seamless transition and simply start a new topic. So, here we go. 2020. The hard part. I actually don't like the phrase class of 2020 here when referring to you guys, because anybody can call you that. Someone that doesn't even know you can call you the class of 2020. It's also not unique to you. Any other group of graduates from any other school is also the class of 2020. To me, you're not just the class of 2020. You're the class of, and here I considered saying all 51 of your names, but for sake of time, I'm not going to. So just pretend I did. So you are the class of 51 names. That's who you are to me. You're an amazing group of unique, talented, ambitious, goofy, creative, respectable, and did I say amazing people that I have countless memories with over these past 4 years. When I decided to become a teacher, I went to teacher school, of course, but they don't nearly prepare you for what this job entails. I've done so much already that I never in a million years thought I would do. Being here on the stage right now is one of those things. Never thought I'd be doing this. I started this school year, first day of school, lip-sync rapping a verse to a Flo Rida song, wearing a backwards hat and sunglasses at a teacher air band assembly. Never thought I would do that. I legitimately got lost in a corn maze for several minutes too long. Never thought that would be something I would do at work. 4 homecoming parades, 4 class airband assemblies, 4 years of random shenanigans in my classroom at lunch. I've been put in a dunk tank. That was interesting. Yeah, a lot has happened over these last 4 years. And during all of this, there's been one and only one class that was there for all of it. And it's you guys. Every school year is different. But this is the class that is the one thing that hasn't changed in my 4 years here at Rogue River. Here's my one and only math reference, I promise. You guys have been like the common denominator of Rogue River for me. I've grown so used to seeing your faces in the hallways and in my classes. I know next year is going to be strange because I'll still be here, I'll still be Rogue River, but none of you will be here. And that's going to take some getting used to. When I was in teacher school, one thing that was persistent through all of my courses was how important it is to establish connections and build positive relationships with your students. Every one of my professors at SOU worked that into their lessons in some way. It's pretty universally true that the type of people that choose to become teachers have some desire to heavily impact the lives of others in a positive way. I'm no different. That's the main reason I keep coming back every year. I love what I get to do every day and every school year. I know that I've had some positive impact on many of you, all to varying degrees, of course, some more than others, and it's an opportunity I don't take lightly. But one thing I never thought about when I was getting into teaching, and something my professors in teacher school never talked about, is just how large of an impact my students would have on me. Every single one of you, in some way or another, or likely many ways, have had a positive impact on my life. The biggest thing I never in a million years would have anticipated is how large of an impact this class had on me. Sorry. I don't believe there exists a combination of words I could even string together that would fully describe how much I care about you guys, how much I respect you, how much I cherish every moment from these last 4 years I've spent with you, and how much I'm going to miss you. You're the first crew I've seen grow from freshmen to graduating seniors, and I know I will never forget this class. Thank you for simply being who you are. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. I know it wasn't always rainbows and unicorns, but looking back, I hope you consider your time here at Rogue River a positive experience. I've had quite an adventure with you guys these last 4 years. I wish we could do 4 more. But I know you have bigger and better things to do for our world. So let's wrap this up. Class of 2020, class of 51 names. In closing, remember that just because you graduate doesn't mean I care about you any less. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. That was great. Before we present the diplomas to the class of 2020, 51 names, I want you to know that we will not just read the names, but also accomplishments, awards, scholarships, and their future plans. So it's going to take them a little bit more time to cross the stage. We are proud of the class of 2020, all 51 names. Collectively, these 51 students have earned 392 Southern Oregon University credits while attending school here. They've also earned 155 Rogue Community College credits while attending school here. And they have earned more than $713,000 in scholarships and grants. Superintendent Patrick Lee and school board member Aaron Poston, it is now time to present the diplomas to the graduating class of 2020. Distinguished teachers, Sam Herringshaw and Hillary Daves will be announcing the graduates.
Again, you're watching the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour. Our stop today, Rogue River High School, Jackson County, on playactionsportsmedia.com, celebrating the class of 2020.
Skylar Andrews. Attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years, 4-year letterman in soccer. Recipient of the Spanish Department Award, Math Department Award, English Department Award, National Honor Society Scholarship, Oregon Hunters Association Scholarship, James Martin Memorial Scholarship, Lee Toker, Dennis and Marcia Holter Memorial Scholarship, Charlie Weaver Memorial and Rogue River Kiwanis Scholarship. She plans to attend George Fox University to major in Christian ministries.
Amanda Ernest. Amanda attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years, She's a 4-year letterman in soccer, basketball, softball. Recipient of the Science Department Award, Rogue Valley Eye Care Visionary Athlete Scholarship, Chieftain Booster Club Scholarship, VFW Scholarship, Evans Valley School Scholarship, Carpenter Foundation Scholarship, Leo Toker Dennis Marcia Holter Memorial Scholarship, Artoff Family Scholarship, Charlie Weaver Memorial and Rogue River Kiwanis Scholarship, Rogue River Classified Association Scholarship. She'll be attending Oregon State University in the fall with a major in pharmaceutics.
Cora Clifford, 4-year letterman in theater, recipient of the Social Studies Department Award, English Department Award, Rogue River Garden Club Scholarship, Rogue River Credit Union Scholarship, Lorraine Burkett Colvin Award for Academic Excellence, VFW Scholarship, Carpenter Foundation Scholarship, Leo Toker Dennis and Marcia Holter Memorial Scholarship, Artoff Family Scholarship, Charlie Weaver Memorial and Rogue River Kiwanis Scholarship. She will be attending Willamette University in the fall.
Bretta Davis, recipient of the Power Structure and Technology Department Award. She is currently employed at Grayback Forestry while attending RCC to earn her associate's degree along with furthering her welding certification.
Andrew Emmel, 4-year letterman in theater, recipient of the English Department Award, the Frank L. Tuville Trust Fund Scholarship, Carpenter Foundation Scholarship, Leo Toker and Dennis and Marcia Holter Memorial Scholarship. He will be attending MIT in the fall and majoring in biological engineering.
They're coming. They're coming slowly.
Evan Mangerhausen. Evan attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. A 4-year letterman in golf, recipient of the Spanish Department Award, Robotics Department Award, Math Department Award, and he will be attending RCC.
Madison McCown. Attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. Recipient of the VFW Scholarship, Charlie Weaver Memorial and Rogue River Kiwanis Scholarship, currently attending RCC and majoring in nursing.
Gabriel Tambellini attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. A 4-year letterman in football, recipient of the Agriculture Department Award, PE Department Award, Carpenter Foundation Scholarship, Charlie Weaver Memorial and Rogue River Kiwanis Scholarship, VFW Scholarship, Rogue River FFA Chapter Scholarship, Leo Toker and Dennis and Marcia Holter Memorial Scholarship, Chieftain Booster Club Scholarship, National Football Foundation Scholarship. He'll be attending Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in the fall to play football and double major in nuclear and mechanical engineering.
Garen Decker attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years, 4-year letterman in soccer and basketball. Will be attending Oregon State University and majoring in business.
Madison Court. Madison will pursue a career in restaurant management and ownership.
Whoop whoop!
Jalen Adams attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. He plans to pursue a career in the technological industry.
Isaiah Long Murray. Enlisted in the United States Army and leaves for basic training in Fort Benning, Georgia on June 29th.
Liz Atterbury, 4-year letterman in theater, recipient of the Wagner Award for Excellence in Theater, the Art Department Award, and the Fairy Godmother Scholarship. She will be attending Pacific Northwest College of Arts while majoring in illustration.
Maya Vaughn Medina. She will be attending Portland State University.
Rebecca Ost, 4-year letterman in theater, recipient of the Music Department Award and the Talent Award for Dependability in Theater. She will be attending the Gemological Institute of America to study rocks, precious stones, and jewelry making.
Jaden Spaeth. Recipient of the PE Department Award, Music Department Award. She'll be attending RCC and have a part-time job.
Eli Bell. He will be joining the workforce.
Michael Dills. Michael will be entering the workforce.
Shayla Billings. She will be attending Hawaii Community College.
Dylan Nielsen will be attending University of Hawaii and majoring in nursing.
Gunnar Shehorn. He plans to pursue a career in the entertainment industry.
Grant Fehrenbacher will attend Oregon Institute of Technology and major in nursing.
Taylor Helms, recipient of the Math Department Award. He will be attending Southern Oregon University to major in psychology.
James Price, recipient of the Math Department Award. He will be attending Lynn Benton Community College and transfer to OHSU and major in nursing.
Madison Bless. Attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. 4-year letterman in soccer and track. She is planning to attend a discipleship training school at Youth with a Mission, Maui.
Bryn Colley. Attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. She will be attending RCC.
Ryan Gillette. Ryan will be entering the workforce and dancing the whole way through it.
Katana Goldner. She'll be attending RCC to major in sociology and human resources.
Kaya Roper. Attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. Recipient of the Spanish Department Award, the Miss Rogue River Scholarship, the Red Cross Scholarship. She will attend RCC and then transfer to SOU.
Brianna Ruiz. Recipient of Music Department Award, Miss Rogue River Scholarship, Flaming Family Memorial Scholarship, Mert Tricky Scholarship. She will be attending Oregon Institute of Technology and majoring in nursing.
Diego Augusto. He will attend College of the Siskiyous to play football and study criminology.
Aiden Canoe. 4-year letterman in football. He will attend Southern Oregon University to play football and major in botany.
Michael Colbert. Recipient of the Science Department Award. Enlisted in the U.S. Army and leaves for basic training in Leninward, Missouri on June 30th.
Laura Dillard. Laura will attend Central Oregon Community College to major in veterinary science.
Nick Hammond. He will be pursuing a career in law enforcement.
Hazel Jordan. Hazel will be attending nursing school.
Nessa Hansen. 4-year letterman in theater, recipient of the Music Department Award, attending cosmetology school.
Alyssa Wolf. Alyssa will be attending Northwest College to get licensed in hair design.
Simeon Poston. Attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years. 4-year letterman in soccer and basketball. Will attend Oregon State University and major in business.
Carson Smith. Carson is a 4-year letterman in football and track. He plans to enlist in the U.S. Coast Guard.
Emma Lee Sauter. 4-year letterman in theater. She will be attending RCC and working towards an X-ray tech position.
Jake Achade.
Nice job, Jake. Good work.
He's a recipient of the English Department Award. He will be enjoying Alaska with his family.
Micah Camacho. Micah will be becoming an automotive technician.
Tyler Davis. Tyler will work towards a degree in biomechanical engineering.
Bryce Christopherson. Recipient of the Technology Department Award. He will pursue a career in cybersecurity.
Malachi Lisk. Malachi plans to attend RCC.
Juan Leon. He will pursue a career in veterinary sciences.
Natalie Garcia. Natalie will attend RCC to study philosophy and ethnobotany.
Matthew Hodges Cutler. He will pursue a career in construction work.
Ethan Walton attended the Rogue River School District for 13 years, a 4-year letterman in theater, recipient of the Math Department Award, the English Department Award, and will be attending Oregon State University and majoring in mechanical engineering.
Are you guys next, presenters?
Again, this is the Rogue Credit Union graduation
Seniors,
tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
The last time we were together was on March 13th. Air Band. Your performance was exceptional. And at the end, you assembled together in front of the audience and judges and pretended to graduate. Today, you do graduate. For real. And with graduation comes heaps and heaps of advice. This advice shows one thing. We all want you to live an amazing life. Also, with graduation is the official rite of passage into adulthood. But before we let you go, I want to thank you. Thank you for the time you spent in our halls, in our classrooms, on our fields, stages, school buses, and on field trips and events across the state and country. And most importantly, thank you for showing us and this great community who you are as individuals and as a graduating class. You have helped everyone here understand more completely what it means to be resilient, to make the most of all situations, and to carry on. You give us hope, and you make us exceptional. Class of 2020, you have now met the graduation requirements of the state of Oregon and the Rogue River School District number 35. Family, friends, teachers, and community, it is my honor to present to you the graduating class of 2020.
Well, there you have it, the Rogue River class of 2020. Appreciate everyone for making this a part of their afternoon and morning. It's been a great day of ceremony here in Rogue River, Oregon. And again, congratulations to the class of 2020. We appreciate you watching the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour presented by Lithia Superstore, Siskiyou US Cellular, Oregon California Supply, Hellgate Jetboat Excursions, and Southern Oregon Sanitation. We'll leave you with a look at the high school class of 2020 here at Rogue River High School. And thank you, and so long from Rogue River, Oregon.
From our humble beginning, serving members from a small garage, to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together, we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking even more steps to better serve our community by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
At US Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Siskiyou Cellular at one of our 7 locations.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Save 20% today on all sizes and types of fire extinguishers, 20% off fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm, and 20% off custom-made firefighting and irrigation trailers. See our friends, the Gallup Brothers, at Oregon California Supply next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.